morning. Hey, we are so excited to have you here at Dreamforce 2012. Is this amazing? Is this incredible? Are you guys pumped up and ready to go? No, are you really pumped up and ready to go? Woo! Yeah. Look, my job this morning is to do some amazing things with you because we are so excited that you are all here with us. We're here to excite you. We're here to energize you. We're here to motivate you. But mostly what we're here to do is to open a door. We're here to open a door, and we're all going to walk into it. It's a door to the future so that we can see what is going to happen in the future and how all of us in this room will benefit, how our companies will benefit, and how we'll all go to an incredible new level. This is an amazing conference, the largest technology vendor-led conference in the industry. Amazing. You've created it. You're doing it. Isn't that amazing? It's awesome. But before I go on, before I start this presentation, before I go in and do all of those things and show you all of the technology and to really connect with you, to really bring us all together, before I do all of those things, there's something very important that I have to do, and that is I have to thank you. I have to thank each and every one of you for everything that you have done for us and that you continue to do for us every single day. We are so grateful. We are so grateful for how you support our company, how you support our industry, how you support everything that is happening here at this conference. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very, very much. I am so grateful because you have done it. You've created the world's largest technology event. Over 90,000 people are registered to attend the show this week. Incredible, amazing, and we have over 800 sessions put together for you. There's over 350 partners here. There's going to be 10 keynote sessions. This is just the beginning of an unbelievable week with all of you. We are really delighted. For over 13 years, I've been pounding stages like this all over the world with one message, and that message is very simple. The cloud is coming. Of course, we saw the mainframes in the 60s, and we moved into client-server computing in the 80s, but here we are squarely in the 21st century with the cloud today. And it's been an amazing experience. And 13 years ago, we started our company with a fundamental premise, a new technology model, multi-tenant shared systems, a new business model based on subscriptions, and a new philanthropic model based on our idea of 1% of our equity, 1% of our profit, and 1% of all of our employees' time into a 501c3 public charity. Today, you can see this incredible company that all of you have created. That's the #1 company recognized by Forbes 2 years in a row as the Innovator of the Year. Most innovative company now, 2 years in a row. Thank you for that. Fortune magazine recognized us as one of the very best places to work with their feature story on us this year. And as of yesterday, we were recognized by one of 12 organizations, 12 individuals doing substantial philanthropy right here in the United States. Thank you for all of your great support. Before I move on into the presentation, before I move on into the technology and the vision that we have put together, all of us together for the industry, I want to tell you about the best decision I ever made 13 years ago. It was the decision to put 1% of our equity, 1% of our profit, and 1% of our time into a 501c3 public charity. Now, it was very easy at the time. We had no equity, we had no profit, we had no time. It was very easy. But today, it's been an incredible advancement in philanthropy. Many companies have also modeled this as well. And you'll see that we've now given back 350,000 hours of community service through all of our employees and mentoring and volunteerism. We've given over $40 million away in grants and over 16,000 nonprofit organizations, 16,000 nonprofits now use our services for free. And this is my favorite moment in the whole keynote, and my favorite day of the whole year, Dreamforce. This is when I get to say, well, everyone who is with a 501c3 public charity, nonprofit, or non-governmental organization, please stand up to be recognized. Stand up if you're with a 501c3, public charity, nonprofit, or non-governmental organization. Thank you. These are the people who are doing God's work. And the reason that I ask you, our commercial customers, to pay special attention to all of these people is because you can really help them with your technology resources, with your vision, with your leadership, with your financial resources. You can really support these great, great contributors to our society. So please help them. Now, in addition to all these great organizations who are here at Dreamforce participating, I'm also very happy to tell you that in honor of Dreamforce 10, we're giving $10 million away to the city of San Francisco, to District 10, a redevelopment district here, to 5 very worthy organizations to help them in their own development. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. And through all of your help, tomorrow night at our special concert, our third one, with Lady Antebellum, we've raised another $4 million for the UCSF Children's Hospital. Thank you. Now you've raised over $12 million over the last 3 years for the concert associated with this conference. It's so exciting. Your great work, your dedication to this industry, to the advancements in this technology, have created the first cloud company now to reach over $3 billion in a revenue run rate in this current quarter. It's amazing. You have continued to invest in this company and grow this company, advance this company, and that is why we are so grateful and so thankful for everything that you're doing for us. But we recognize this. We recognize this, and this is also why I love my job. We are standing on the shoulders of giants, those who have come before us, the leaders of our industry, the prophets, the visionaries, those who created the mainframe like Thomas Watson Jr., or Ken Olsen at Digital Equipment Corporation, or the incredible leadership of Bill Gates and Larry Ellison in creating client-server computing, and also the incredible work to create the cloud with Larry Page and Sergey Brin, who created Google, and Jeff Bezos with Amazon.com. Then we moved into this century and we saw this incredible vision for mobile computing that was brought to us by the late, great Steve Jobs, an incredible visionary, prophet of our industry. We miss you, Steve, so much. And now here we are in the 21st century, and we have this incredible new social revolution that we're participating in. It's amazing. And this social revolution being led by many new prophets, people like Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey, who are creating these incredible new companies for us to participate in, changing the world, changing society. And let me tell you, the amazing thing about our industry, it's a continuum. Technology continues, lowest cost and easier to use. We're moving forward in that continuum. Innovation continues. We're participating. We're creating the innovation. That's why we're all here at this amazing conference. But let me say this to you. This social revolution that's going on right now, and we've been talking about this now for several years, is unlike anything we've ever experienced before. You don't have to go any farther than the news this morning to see how a single video on YouTube can cause massive disruption around the world. It's a social revolution. And that amazing social revolution is really touching society. It's touching all of us. It's touching our personal lives. It's touching our companies. Every aspect of our world is changing. That's the social revolution. That's why this is the most exciting thing that has ever happened to our industry. I'm sure everyone here remembers in Dreamforce 2008 when we had Sheryl Sandberg from Facebook here. And then we had Starbucks on stage. And we said, ladies and gentlemen, business will indeed be social. That was quite a few years ago. But today, let me ask you a question. How many companies here use some aspect of social computing in their businesses today? How many of you use social networking or social media or some aspect of this new social computing today in your business? Raise your hand if you're using social in your business today in some way. Isn't that amazing? Look around the room. Do you want to know why that is? Because 70% of all businesses are now using social in their business. Business is social. In fact, McKinsey says it's going to be a $1.3 trillion addition to our economy. That's an amazing addition, an amazing, incredible technology addition. And why have we been so fascinated with this for the last 5 years, since we really saw it spread into the consumer world? Let me tell you why. It's because of this. It's because it's the fastest growing segment of our industry, 47% annual growth according to IDC. That is awesome. Nothing touches social in our industry. And let me also mention this to you at the same time. How many of you, let me ask you a question. How many of you have had a customer interaction? How many of you have had a customer interaction on a social network from your business? Have you talked to a customer through a social network? Raise your hand. Isn't that amazing? And do you want to know why that is? Because there's 123% growth in this social customer interaction. In fact, today, there is 150 million conversations happening a day in social media with customers. This is a customer revolution. It's a customer revolution. And let me tell you also something that's really incredible. Oh, here's our Japanese audience. Ohayo gozaimasu. O genki desu ka? Very nice to see all of you here. Let me now tell you something else that's amazing. It's without fail, on a regular and consistent basis, I will see something, I will hear something, I will read something that further gives me some insight or clarity into Salesforce's role in our industry. And it happened again this year, and I'm going to tell you about it. It happened again this year. I was reading this incredible IBM study. It's called the IBM CEO 2012 study. And this study, which is so amazing, really went through a discussion of what 1,709 CEOs think about what's happening in the technology industry. And do you want to know what their most significant revelation was? It was this, that right after their Salesforces, that social has become the most important way to connect with their customers. They said this in their study: CEOs believe that social will become one of the top 2 ways to engage customers, mainly at the expense of traditional approaches. That is awesome. And that is something that we've got to think about. Social and Salesforces, well, I love that Salesforce at the top piece. And then social. That IBM study went on to say this. It said, for some time, businesses have been refining and optimizing their networks of suppliers and partners. Now, we all know that. We all know that because we've made these major investments in ERP systems, and general ledgers, and back office systems, and payables, and receivables, and all of these things. But then, the study went on to say this, but something just as revolutionary has been happening: the sudden convergence of the cloud, social, and mobile spheres, connecting customers, employees, and partners in new ways. 1,709 CEOs. And that, for me, was when a light came on. And it further clarified our role, our mission, what we're doing in this industry, and what is so important about this conference, and why all of you are here, and why we're going to double down again on this incredible vision. Because we believe so strongly that Salesforce.com's mission, we believe so strongly that Salesforce.com's mission, that our core mission is to help you, our customers, to connect with your customers in a whole new way. And this slide really came from that study. This is when we said, you know what, this solidifies our vision, what we're doing, why we're here, what's going on, why we're creating Dreamforce again. Because it is a customer revolution, it is a partner revolution, it is an employee revolution, it is a product revolution. It's an incredible time. It's a spectacular time. But it's also a time that's so unusual because it's not just about why we're connecting. It's not just about how we're connecting or when we're connecting. It goes deeper. It goes even deeper. Because this nature of connecting with our customers in a whole new way, well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it gets down into our core. It gets down into the fundamental interaction between each one of us. Between each one of us. It's getting down into our core because we're changing how we're doing business. The interactions we're having at conferences like this, the interactions that we're having with our fellow employees, the interactions that we're having with our customers, the interactions that we're having with our partners, the kind of products that we are building. It's incredible what's happening. It's getting down to a fundamental change in business. Now, we understood this ourselves because about 5 years ago, we went through an incredible transformation at Salesforce. It was the transformation of our company. When we recognized that we ourselves had to change our core values, we had always doubled down and made sure that customer was number one, that customer success was our highest value. But we saw something else. We saw something else. We saw that to really be successful in this new time, that we would have to really become a company that customers could trust, and that we would need more openness and more transparency than ever before. We saw things were going faster. We saw things were open. But to have openness and collaboration, we would have to have a level of transparency never before seen. And in addition to that, this trust and transparency would focus on individuals, giving them greater alignment, greater leadership than ever before. But all of it was based on one core idea, that we would have to get to a level of trust as a company, as an industry, as a set of customers. A level of trust deep inside ourselves would have to come out so that we could take our whole new industry to a new level. We saw this on the social networks. We saw this in our own behavior. And that is why this social revolution is indeed a trust revolution. Now, as we go forward, as we move forward to this next generation, of the next generation of computing, based on this incredible value of trust, we see something incredible happening around it. And that is this whole idea that we're connecting our customers in a whole new way. The question that we see is this question that we've asked now in the last several Dreamforces. Are you and your company going through a social revolution? We believe that this question will denote who is successful and who will fail going forward, because we see that your customers, your employees, and your partners are all connected. They're all connected. But what about to your company? What about to your company? You know, at Dreamforce every year, we like to celebrate a customer who we see best exemplifies our vision and what we're talking about. And last year, something amazing happened. And what happened was this. At the end of Dreamforce, I got a phone call. And it was from the office of Jeff Immelt, who's the Chief Executive Officer of General Electric. GE wanted me to come to their Crotonville, New York training facility to present to Jeff and also to present to his 40 top managers of his companies on what the future of General Electric would look like. Now, I have to tell you, that's actually quite an intimidating task. I don't know a lot about General Electric. I had never met Jeff before. It's a highly diversified company. There's GE Capital. There's GE Healthcare. They make locomotives. They make energy products. It's not exactly my core competence. But I went. But I said, I'm going to need a little bit of prep time. And where I was fortunate is that I got 30 minutes. I got 30 minutes with Jeff Immelt in Columbus, Ohio, the month before to talk to him about the future of GE. And I said, Jeff, what do you think the future of GE is? And he said, well, I want to hear your vision, Marc. And I said, well, give me a couple clues. He said, well, there's two things that are really on my mind. One, I believe the future of GE is around the man-machine interface. It's around the man-machine interface. Because GE makes machines. They make CAT scanners. They make locomotives. They make turbines. They make aircraft engines. They make a huge number of machines. And those machines are becoming more and more intelligent, and we want to have more information, more collaboration, more communication between those machines. I said, that is right squarely in our vision. And then he said, And then we believe that the future of our revenue and our profitability is around GE becoming a great customer service company around these machines. But we need greater clarity. And so I've asked each of the CEOs of the 5 largest technology companies to come to Crotonville to present their vision. I said to Jeff, no pressure. So we went to Crotonville. We presented an idea called GE Share, that a GE engineer would be able to communicate and collaborate with a GE product, like an aircraft engine. And that the key is that these next generation GE aircraft engines, called the Gen X engines, they have APIs, application programming interfaces to them, and that these GE engineers are working with those engines, but they could start collaborating with those engines if they brought that information into a feed and had status updates, and they could even focus on specific posts from those engines, and if they could bring other GE engineers as well into that network. And then they could also bring in their customer engineers. They could even bring in their end users into that network, and they could create a social network around an aircraft engine. It was an unusual idea. That they could have a social network around a turbine. They could have a social network around a CT scanner. That they would be able to organize the customer service information in a structured way, that they could collaborate in a structured way. They could make their products more tightly integrated with their employees, their customers, and their partners. And that through that, they would have a new emphasis, a new level of focus on customer service. And that GE presentation we did at Crotonville called GE Share, well, I'm so excited to tell you that they actually saw some ideas that made sense to them. I was worried at the time. Jeff, at the end of the meeting, got up and said, well, I asked these other CEOs to come and present the future of GE. They pitched their products. You came to present the future of GE, and you showed us our future. Well, General Electric is an amazing company. I've learned so much about this company in the last 10 months. Barron's most respected company, Fortune's most admired company, $147 billion in annual revenue, 300,000 employees. Their CEO, Jeff Immelt, is going to be here tomorrow to speak in an unpaid keynote on how he does see the future of our industry. And their global CIO is here. Their global CMO is involved in this project. The whole management team is working on this project. It's such an exciting project. It's so reminiscent of what we showed with you last year with Toyota Friend, where we asked if your car could be your friend. This same kind of transformational project, we love this. We love this opportunity to be able to come into a company and to be able to say, how do we transform the company? How do we transform all of us? Because at the end of the day, the reason why I love this story so much is this. We believe so much that our role here at Dreamforce is to transform all of you, to open a door to the future, to give you the new skills and capabilities for the future, and then to let you go back into your organizations and take them to a new level. And when you actually do it, it is the greatest, best feeling we have. It is awesome. I want to show you inside General Electric.
GE is a company that's all about making things that matter. We have this core belief that business is social. What I mean here is that social technology is going to change the way we do business. It's not just a consumer application, it's a business application. You know, we had a goal 2 years ago that we want to get our sales team 100% digitized. And the best thing for us was to go to Salesforce. It's been key for us to understand not only how do we connect our employees, but how do we connect our employees to our customers? And ultimately, what's very exciting for us is how do we connect customers, employees to our machines. In a company like GE, most of our customers have multiple GE businesses that work with them. And so you need all the touch points of the company to understand that customer. Wherever you are, you have the brains of the company, the brains of what's going on for the customer right at your fingertips. It's changing the way we work and the way our customers work. As we become more digitized, we're getting access to more data. We're seeing data from customers. We're also seeing data from our machines. I think the idea of connecting a machine to a social network is pretty exciting. What if my jet engine could talk to me, and what would it say? Chatter's turning out to be a nice tool in that, because what it does is it aggregates communities. In this case, a community of service reps. We can get our salespeople plugged in, and they were actually able to take some of the data feed from a GEnx engine that was installed on the Dreamliner for Japan Airlines. In real time, the service teams of Japan Airlines and GE were able to look at the data and say, what are we seeing? What are we experiencing? And it's translated into real action that helps the business run better. Social and Salesforce help connect the dots of the company. They speed us up, they make us more approachable. If you're a business, you need social because it's going to get you closer to your customers. It's humanizing. The ability to query somebody real time and get feedback and to get people to help make what you do better. I mean, that's a marketer's dream.
Well, I just love that story. Isn't that a great story? I love that story, and I'll tell you why. It just exemplifies to me why we're all here. It shows the kind of things you can learn here, participate in, transform yourself, transform your company, add value to your industry. That's what we're all about. We love that. We love that. And I'm so delighted to welcome Charlene Begley, who's here, who's the global CIO of General Electric. And Charlene, would you stand up, please? Thank you so much for being here. We're so delighted to have you. Welcome to Dreamforce.
Thank you. It's great to be here. This is overwhelming, actually. I thought we had big customer meetings.
Charlene, you're the global CIO of probably one of the most respected and most well-known companies in the world. You have a history of innovation that we so respect at Salesforce, starting with Thomas Edison, moving all the way to Jeff Immelt today. You have this incredibly diversified set of businesses. You have this huge vision around GE Share that we've worked together to build. Charlene, can you tell us, what does the future look like to you?
Sure. It changes the way we do business. I mean, for social, for me, it gives us new revenue streams, new ways to bring value to customers. For me, it's really simple. It's about accelerating learning. It's about accelerating communication. It's about connecting the right people to the right information at the right time on any device, anywhere in the world. I mean, for GE, with 300,000 employees, with huge installed bases, it's really, really, really critical that we have efficient communication. So again, it's accelerated learning. It's finding new ways to bring value to customer. The data on our equipment tells us enormous amounts of information. If we can quickly grab that data, turn it into information for a railroad to run their locomotive better, for an airline to have better fuel efficiency, that's huge value. And so this just unlocks that for us.
Well, it's just awesome. We're so thrilled to work with you. And Charlene, welcome to Dreamforce 2012.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Charlene Begley, everybody. You know, it's an incredible vision. We feel so strongly about this. Connect with your customers in a whole new way. You could see through Charlene's vision and her comments, the video, the story. It's a customer revolution. It's a partner revolution. It's an employee revolution. It's a product revolution when your aircraft engine is on your social network. That is amazing. And that's what this conference is all about. It's helping you to see where you fit in this future, where your company fits in this future. We'll set this conference up for you so that you can ask questions of yourself and your company, your organization, your colleagues, your employees. And Charlene and the 100 employees from General Electric that she's brought here to Dreamforce, we know that that's what they're looking for. At their CEO level, they know that their future revenue streams, their future profitability depends on this transformation. And I am convinced that is true for each and every one of us in this room. And around the world, our entire customer base is also joining us online. Everybody who's up on the street at Dreamforce Park, this is what we're rallied around. We want to ask some key questions. Have you transformed the way that you service? This is a new world. Have you transformed the way you sell? Have you transformed the way that you sell? Have you transformed the way that you service your customers? Have you transformed the way that you market to your customers? Have you transformed, at the very core level, this core idea of have you transform the way that you collaborate with your customers? And have you transformed how you fundamentally work inside your organization? And have you transformed, and you can see that in the video, and you're going to see this over and over and over today. And I think at some level, we do have some authority that we say, you know, Forbes has chosen us 2 years in a row as the most innovative company in the world. We want to pass on some of those skills to you. We want to get our customers to innovate and create in a new way. That's why we're profiling customers today who are innovating, because have you transformed the way that you innovate? These 6 things, sales, service, marketing, collaboration, work, and innovation, we believe that this is the core to the fundamental customer interaction in a company. That this is the new social front office. This is where that trust revolution lives. And what we want to show you is why our customers who made the decision right now to make this change, to make this transformation in their lives and their businesses, that it creates a level of success like we've never seen. In so many key areas, sales productivity and customer satisfaction and campaign effectiveness and employee productivity, employee satisfaction, innovation. And our customers tell us, through our own surveys of them, that they are now growing 48% faster than their peers through the use of this technology. We saw this in the McKinsey study. We see this in our own studies. It's amazing. So how do we communicate this to you? How do we transform you? How do we transform you and give you these skills so that you can go back and transform your companies? We believe it's telling you a set of stories. And over the next 2.5 hours, what I want to do in this keynote presentation is tell you 6 stories. I want to tell you 6 stories of 6 companies. Some of these companies, we've told you the story before, we want to update you. Some of these stories are new stories. Great companies. You're going to hear about Rossignol. You're going to hear about Activision. You're going to hear about the #1 bank in Australia, Commonwealth Bank. You're going to hear about Virgin America. You're going to hear about Facebook, and you're going to hear about Coca-Cola.